Hello, my name is Matt, also known as Alpine, and today we are in the Minecraft city of Sequoia. If you guys watched YouTube a number of years ago, you may recognize the name Shiftmaster. He was the head admin on the World of Corellis server, which was also a creative server, but he stopped making videos a while ago. Now, he had a series called Life of an Admin where he was an administrator and he went around the city working on different tasks, basically preparing the world for builders. So, in today, Sequoia episode 8, I'm going to be doing the same thing. Now, there's a whole bunch of things that we need to get done, and by we, I mean I, because ultimately, as the owner of the city, I am responsible for pushing the development forward. But I'm going to prepare a whole bunch of areas, just kind of working on a bunch of little tasks here and there. We're going to go around and find some things to do. You ready? So first of all, I'm going to give you a little fly around to take a look at some of these areas that are under construction. You have East Village over here. This way is north, up looking towards these beautiful mountains. I am using Bliss shaders and distant horizons, by the way. We have this area with this diagonal road. Will it stay diagonal? I'm not entirely sure, but we do have the cathedral here by Josh, which is beautiful, by the way. Obviously, this road cannot continue and go here. Now, we could make it go underground, but that's not super practical. So somebody added this diagonal road, which I think does work. And then I added this section up here where it sort of straightens out and then continues north this way. This is one option of what we could work on. These are just placeholders for roads going all the way across. Now, I do have World Edit with my wooden axe, and I also have Axiom like that. And if I click right shift, I can go into this version right here as well. I get a little editor, looks something like this, which is also pretty cool. If we fly up here, we can see some of the government area, aka me just pasting templates. I did not build all of these, but anything that is quote unquote owned by the government, basically any templates, I place them up here, and eventually this will be developed as we expand north. Now there's another element that does need to be connected, and that is this bridge right over here, built by Jeff. Jeff has quite a few buildings in the city, and he also made this beautiful bridge, which is based on the Iron Workers Memorial Bridge in Vancouver, British Columbia, which is, well, approximately, actually no, I think this is actually where it is in real life. But instead of being diagonal like it is in Minecraft, it goes pretty much north-south. But basically, to connect this bridge over here, I have extended this line, which is at a ratio of 2:1. And we need to connect it to this road and this road here. So this one is going north, so it's going to go like this and then connects here. And both of these are one way, so this one is traffic only going south. So then we basically need to have two curves, one connecting there and another one from here going up here. I don't know if I'm up for that today, but we'll keep going and see what else we can work on. Now, over here, we do have a pretty large area that we do need to figure out. This will be completely developed. This over here, in between this road and this one, will be Central Park, well, at least for now. But over here, I'm not quite sure what we're doing yet, but we do have Main Street down here, which is still a work in progress. So that's another option down here. Obviously, there's a lot of plots that still need to be filled. I can't remember, is this Matta building something down here? I think it is. Matta had sent me a picture. Matta is a builder on Sequoia, by the way. I'm sure he'll be in the comments. Go check out his channel. Somebody, assuming it's Matta, is building something here. And we have a main road going down here. This is also by Jeff. This is based on the Burrard Station in Vancouver. I'm not sure if this will stay in this exact place. I do need to do a lot of planning, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done. And I have a full-time job. I work as an airport planner, so I got to do that. That's a priority. We have a handful of buildings that are not quite in the terrain yet, which are probably going to move. This is a building that was a collaboration between myself and Taco Squad. You guys may recognize that name. Pretty cool building. I like it. It is based on one in Vancouver, right on Broadway, which is quite interesting. I will make a video about this one at some point. First, we do need to finish it. And by we, I mean I need to do a whole bunch of stuff here as well. So that's another option, basically just adding these sidewalks here. And another big thing that I could do today is flatten these roads out. So basically right now you'll see that it is, I don't know, well, it's right in with the terrain, but realistically you don't want your roads doing this. So something that myself and a few other people have been doing is basically flattening it out just like that, so that you get something a little like this. This is also a really cool residential street, which is made using templates for the most part. Down here is a school with some baseball fields that I was building when the Blue Jays were in the playoffs, and then they lost, and then I lost motivation for it. Anyway, there's some other stuff over here. This is built by Flint, who's one of our new builders. Lots of cool stuff in here. I don't know if it's not furnished yet, but it does have interior partitions. Another thing that we could do is add the templates here. I could show you how to do that, actually. That's not a bad idea. Maybe let's start with that. So when we add these houses that are built on flat land onto these sloped areas here, it does get a little bit challenging, but I'm going to show you how I do it. It is a little painstaking, but I think the final result is worth it because it does end up looking something like this. And you get these really cool sloped houses. So basically, you're going to have to paste them in, and then you do have to modify the front, back, or side just so that it does actually match this. Now, the big thing here is you do have to think about the water drainage, because if you just indent everything into the ground, then your water is going to accumulate, and it's not going to be good for your basements. Now, I know this is Minecraft. I am very aware, trust me, but you guys know what channel you're watching, right? Let's start by choosing a lot. I think I'm going to go with this one because the variation is pretty minor. So basically the size of these plots, the way that I have laid them out, the width is 15 plus this one, so 16 across, and the depth is, select that, and all the way over here, 53. So each of these are 16 by 53. What you'll notice, and if you are a Minecraft city builder, you probably have already noticed, but these plots themselves, they only have one block in between. Now, normally they would have two, so that if you have one builder building here, they can build their fence up to here, and then the other person builds up to here. But if you only have one in between, which lot claims the middle? So the way that we have approached this is basically whichever person builds first, they get access to this one right here. And they need to put a fence, something like this. Or if we go up here, maybe it's little half doors like that. Some little magic going on there. Yeah, it just means there's a fence right in the middle. So let's go ahead and for that one there, let's choose a house. So we do have a wide variety. Some of them are under construction. I believe this one is by Mata. And this one over here is by somebody. Is there a name? I can't remember. There's so many houses, I can never keep track of them. I am going to select this one, but first of all, I need to look way over there and see if they have a fence. So I am using distant horizons. My settings are down a little bit, but you can see that there is a line right there, which means they do have a fence. So with the front of the house facing the mountains up there with that beautiful view, this one is already in the correct orientation. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to scroll up to clone. And basically, I'm going to copy this without this one right here. So take that. And I am going to include this fence on the other side. So go here, take that one. So basically, I have the bottom selected. And then with my middle mouse button, let's click there. And basically, there you go. That's the highest point. So now you just want to fly around, make sure that it is actually in the middle. And now we can scroll. I'm just using my scroll wheel. I have one of those fancy magnetic ones. I have an MX Master 3 from Logitech. It's very nice. Would recommend. They should sponsor me because I do like their products. Now I'm just using my scroll wheel, and then whichever direction I face, it'll make it go in that direction. So if I want it to go down, look down, scroll just like that. And basically going to put it into place. So scroll this way. So they do have that fence. Which block is that actually on? Okay, so this one is on the actual yellow line. Okay, so that does work. So here's how you deal with these changes in elevation. So I am going to line it up with the highest. And then just make sure that it is all in place. That looks good. That looks good. And then what I'm going to do, hold left alt, and then make sure you have copy air on. Because in this particular case, I do want it to replace any blocks with the air. Now, if you want to keep that off, depending on what it is you're copying or the actual situation itself, you can. But I'm going to right click, confirm, and then left click to finish. You'll notice here that we do have a little section here And they do actually have a doubled up fence here, which I thought was kind of interesting. So basically, I can just take this out. And now I need to find a way to make this work. So usually the easiest way to do that, I'm going to go down to Move. I'm going to take this. So that's my selection there, including this fence. I'm just going to move it one down just like that. Sometimes you will get stuff like this because, you know, it's a little bit of an odd fence. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my move. I'm going to pull it this way. I'm going to do Control F to flip it. I'm actually going to move it down by 1. And there you go. So basically just kind of pull it down there a little bit. What I'm also going to do is I am going to take that, stack, well, something like this. Okay, looks good. So something else, I'm holding my left Alt key, basically anywhere on your hotbar. If you hold your left Alt key when you're over here, it'll give you this menu. But over here, with Axiom, you can go like that. So I like to keep this one, and this one on. This one's especially important, no updates. Otherwise, things will break. Now that this person, I think this was made by Tibber. I can't remember. I think it was Tibber. Anyway, what Tibber did not do was replace this yellow, which Tibber, hello, you got to do that. But basically what I want to do now is I actually kind of want to, actually, no, hold on. Let me think. Hold on. We'll be right back. This is the laneway back here, and I want to line this back section up with this laneway. So let's take this, and I'm actually going to pull it right over here and then select the top of the car, move it one down and enter. So there you go. Now it's nice and flush with that right there. And just to help this blend in a little bit, I'm going to stack that right there. And back here, what I might do, so this is a mix of dirt, rooted dirt, and coarse dirt. So I'll fly all the way over here, and then we'll just replace this. There you go. A little bit of World Edit magic, little something like that. Now, realistically, the water would probably pool over here, and also you can see, got to bring that down as well. But water would probably pool down here, and I'm making the assumption that it's going to go out this way and down that way. And we have not added drainage to these streets over here. I think we added some up there, but that is also something else for me to do. So just use your imagination, pretend it's sloped. You could add slabs if you wanted to, but the reason that I don't is because these vehicles are very difficult to add on sloped slabs. So I just kind of keep it like that. And you do have to make some compromises with that, but it doesn't look too bad when it's done. If you wanted to, you could add a little variation. Maybe take a little something like that. Yeah, there you go. So now you have a little house. Walk in the front here. There you go. Not too bad. You can see how much work that was with that relatively flat lot. But when you come up here and you get this one, so you have like 1, 2, 3. This one gets a little bit more annoying, but it's essentially the same process. It's just going to take you more time. I'm not going to bore you to death with trying to put all of these in because that's going to take probably a couple hours. So let's keep going here and see if we can find something else. These roads here, these are definitely something that we could do. Is that something that I want to tackle right now? Because these are also a lot of work, which I've also gotten a lot of help with from Rainy. Nope, I don't want to touch that right now. Let's go this way. Instead of that really steep area over there, we could do this here. But nope, I still don't want to do it. What we will do, though, is explore down here a little bit and see how steep these roads are, which are very steep. Mattis said he was going to be working on some stuff down here, but I asked him for some sketches first. So this area is probably going to change. And I think what we're going to end up doing is probably pulling this back a little bit so we have a little bit more room for some boats in here, because this is going to be a giant marina, which is going to be pretty cool. This is going to be Granville Island, based on Granville Island in Vancouver, which is pretty cool. We have some other stuff up here hanging out. This is downtown Vancouver, but in Sequoia, it is going to be something else. Up here is Stanley Park in Vancouver, because once again, if you are new here, this terrain is based on Vancouver, British Columbia at a 1:4 scale, but we build at a 1.5:1 scale, meaning our builds are 50% larger than real life. So technically, it is at a 1:6. The Lionsgate Bridge would be right here, and obviously it is a lot smaller right here. But we do have some ships over there. There are a lot more, but yeah, see how the entire city just disappeared? Yeah, it's because my distant horizon settings are not cranked up. You'll also notice this giant hole in the terrain. It's not actually a giant hole. But my Distant Horizons, once again, decides not to work. It also does not like loading this for some reason. I don't quite understand, and I wish I could fix it. I know you guys have been recommending Voxy, but somebody said it didn't have shader support, which is pretty important to me. So I'd rather just deal with this, to be honest. Let's fly over here anyway and see what we've got. You will notice that there are these giant yellow boxes. They're all, 6x6? So these are markers that I've put in for a road that goes up to the ski resort. Now, if you watched one of my old videos, and old, I mean, I don't know, it was over the summer, I went to Whistler, which is about a 2-hour drive from Vancouver, and I went mountain biking, which was pretty fun. And that was basically the start of a ski resort. You'll see this curves around here, and then we do actually have the road down here. But this ski resort is still very much a work in progress. There's some trees that are, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, they got cut. Oops. Oh well. But basically we do have this road going up here. And the ski resort, which is way, way, way up here, it is hiding around here. Just give it a second to load in. Wait for it. Wait for it. There you go. This is pretty much it so far. Yeah, we got sidetracked. I have a billion projects in this world that I need to work on. And by the way, I do need to start the airport relatively soon. So it's on my plate too. This is the start of the ski resort. Looks a little something like this. I don't know what this box is, and I did build it. What is this? Okay. All right. Other clips. Why? All right. But anyway, this is a building that I was starting to frame out. This is built by Mata. You do have a Tim Hortons, which is quite cool. Whoa, I'm flying fast. I'm going here. There you go. Little Tim Hortons. Not too bad. Now, little bike shops and Alpine bikes. If you watched one of my other build review videos, you'll know that I was biking along to go review builds, and then the seat fell off my bike. It is still sitting in my bedroom. Anyway, I don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole for a while, because I do have way more things to work on. Okay, we'll just wait for it to load in. Let's see. Hello, cabins. Where are you hiding? Are there any over here? I think there was one over here. Oh, there you go. All right, so a little start to a cabin here. Obviously still a work in progress. I do have a cabin that I built in one of my other videos hanging out right over here. So I'll give you a little tour of that real quick, and then see what else we can find to work on. Little dock here. Pretty cool. And then a little path going up here. Sort of a half mid-century modern sort of thing. It's not modern, but I don't know. I tried to go for the mid-century windows. But over here, nice little spot here. You have this sort of support that I used with the levers. Nice little kitchen. Pretty cozy spot. Little moose. Bathroom. Little shower. That's pretty cool. And out here, nice little living room. Nice big fireplace. A little bedroom up here with a clear story window, which I'm a big fan of. That is west facing. I don't know why I made it west facing. That is not good for going to sleep in the summer if you want to go to bed early. But I don't know. That's fine. Anyway, let's hop in here and let's go back down to the city. Boat, 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 boat. And just like that, we have made it back into civilization. That was, yeah, that was all the way through there. All the way up there, and way back there, way to the back of the map. The whole map is about 10,000 by 10,000 blocks. But it's starting to look smaller and smaller the more we build in it. Welcome back to society, and let's get some stuff done. I do notice there are some new builds here. Not sure who's working on this, but it looks pretty cool. I noticed another one right here as well. I'm a big fan of this texturing. Take a look at that. Wood to dirt to planks to logs to whatever that is, more dirt. And it just keeps going and going and going, and then slowly up more towards brick. Oh, look at that. Look how cool that is. Very nice. I like it. Now, way up here, we also have Central Park Tower, built by Beppis, and Beppis has told me that he has finally completed the very top of it. So we're going to fly way up here. We also have the Steinway Tower, which is quite cool. And then that one there, what is that? 53 West 53 or 57 West 57? Which one is it? Also, there's a new plane there, which we will check out in a second. Ooh, that's cool. Look how detailed this is. This is unreal. And that's not a bad view, too. I mean, you can obviously see the world border, but we're going to expand down that way for the airport, which I do need to get started on. but it's not a project for today. Look at this. Look at all this HVAC equipment. This is very complex. Nah, this is a very cool structure. I like that as well. Oh, another thing that you guys might be interested in is this thing down here. I don't know if I've shown this to you guys, but we may or may not be planning some Hunger Games. So let's go take a look. So we have a little something here, the cornucopia hanging out in the middle. But underneath here, we do have some pretty cool mechanics. But I don't want to show you just yet. But I'm just saying we got some stuff. So I want to decorate this road, and there's a lot I want to do to it. So we are going to, let's see. Do we want to texture it? Let's texture it. Let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna maybe do a little something like that. We may decide to come in and fix it up a little later, but I did 85% gray concrete powder and 15% cyan terracotta. Get rid of that. And I also like this with the gray concrete. You can do a little bit of patchwork, just like that. So maybe I'll do a little something here. A little something like that. And maybe a little something like that, too. There we go. Okay. Nice little texturing. I feel like I did the wrong command because it doesn't look as good as the other ones down there. How do you guys do that? I forget how they did that. I might need their help to figure this out. Next step, we are going to add some street lights. So I'm going to use Axiom here because it's very easy. Go to clone. I'm going to select this one and this one. And then I'm actually going to pull it down one more because there is a light block that is hiding right here. And that just makes it so that it looks realistic at night. So I'm going to pull this. I'm going to do Control R to rotate. And I am just going to eyeball this. But let's fly up here. See. Yeah, okay. So there is one on this corner. So I'm going to pull this all the way down using my scroll wheel. And basically I'm going to go up here. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30. Did I do that right? 31, 32. Okay. 32. Go right here. Confirm. I'm going to rotate it and line it up here as well. And you know what? I'm just going to eyeball it. It's fine. And maybe throw that one. Just try to evenly space them out. Maybe a couple more. And then once more, I'm just going to go down here. Hoping I don't mess anything up. Try to evenly space that. There you go. And all done. There you go. So once it turns to night here, because I do have daylight cycle on, we should theoretically be able to see these all light up, which should be pretty cool. But there's a lot of cool buildings here. I think Mata made most of these. I don't know. I didn't make this one. I think this one's by Tibber. Anyway, got little details down here, a little campfire with a little smoke coming out, which is pretty cool. Nice parking garage here, too. So let's fly back down here and see what other details we can steal and add. I do like this. This is just a little detail that I use all the time, iron bars. And the intention is basically just to have them as like bike racks. So we need to figure out where we would actually park our bike. So if I had to guess, I would probably park it over here maybe. There you go. You got coffee roasters. So I'm going to turn these off so it does actually connect. Do a little something like that. So it's basically like one of those little loops where you bring your bike up, boop, and then you connect it right there. Pretty cool. Super easy to add. And might add some over here as well. There you go. So as the sun goes down, let's see. Oh, there's the Glizzy Mobile. All right. And then fries, of course. This was my original shipping container thing that I kind of converted into like a food truck. It's not a truck, but a food place. Because there's a lot of offices around here, and when the workers come down at noon for lunch, and they want something to eat. So welcome to Borg Dorgs. You can get a Hurtdurg, a Bamherger, a Smorgenbergen, a Fries, lettuce, and a Hergenbergen. This was made a while ago. That's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, and then you have the Blue Lobster. The Blue Lobster. It's hanging out. See that Blue Lobster? In the meantime, what I will do, I am going to use my clone in Axiom, and I'm going to go over here and steal some of my vehicles because I would like to copy and paste them over onto that other road. So I'm just using my middle mouse button just to make sure I have everything selected. Got to get this here as well. This is a little lever and a button up top. And okay, that looks good. So I'm going to scroll this way, Control R to rotate. And oh, there you go. See that? See all this light popping up here? Aha, that's what I'm talking about. So that is just using light blocks. So yeah, obviously we need to add a lot more light. Work in progress over here. Than my building that I still haven't finished. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of cool stuff. A couple other skyscrapers over there. But yeah, you know, I'll just take this. Maybe you go right there. Just put that one up there. And this is one of those times where I want to turn this off if I am pasting them in close proximity to each other. Maybe I actually want to have one of these parked right here. Now, I do have these buttons right there. So if I do enter, it is going to remove that. That's not what I want. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. Little fix here. Take that, stack it, confirm. There you go, problem solved. See all these cool towers over here? How they're all lit up at night? That's really cool. Now, oh yeah, cool 2026 banner. That's for New Year's. But in some of these buildings here, let me see if I can find some examples. Yeah, like this one here, you can see, I think this one's by the King of Rome, who has built a lot of these towers around here. But they have blocked off some of these with curtains so that if you fly back, it creates this cool effect. See that? Looks a little more realistic. And I believe they did it. Yeah, they did it with the Salesforce Tower over here as well. Now, obviously, a lot of these need some light. But this one here, sorry, I know it's hard to see, but you can see it is blocked off here as well. So once this one does have light, then it should have a similar effect. Let me fast forward the time to 4 a.m. Otherwise, it's going to be way too dark. I definitely need some fire hydrants. So I'm going to take this one. And I just like adding a little thing around the side here. Typically, I like adding these near the street corners-ish. Basically enough room to have a fire truck right there. So I'll do that one, and then I will rotate it, throw it on the other side, and basically pull it all the way up here as well. So maybe right there. There you go. That looks good. So fire hydrants are done. What else do we have? Garbage can, we can do that. Well, something like this. Copy that. And yeah, so I have them on the corners here, but maybe I want to add one closer to the coffee shop, I guess. And maybe I'll throw it over there. There you go. Look at that beautiful sunrise. Check that out. Let's, what else? We got some construction equipment. I could use that. I believe this was built by Mata, so Mata, I am stealing it. And let's see if we can add some construction. So what do we actually want under construction? That is the real question. Maybe little spots here. Are they working on something here, maybe, perhaps? So maybe I'll do something here, here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And make sure that one is comparable to this one. So that's on a diagonal. Pull that one back there, and done. There you go. It's a little something blocked off here. Maybe, I don't know, I could just open this up. So maybe some city workers are working on something. We do need more city vehicles. But I have too much stuff to do anyway, so we'll just keep this for now. Maybe what I want to do here, maybe this could be like a little pipe or something. And yeah, so you got your workers down there. They're, you know, working away. And just replacing this. Oh no, it broke. Oh, they'd better fix that. There you go. It's pretty subtle, but it does indeed work. Let's just hope that Buddy here doesn't accidentally fall in there, because that would not be good. Now I would like to take more vehicles and have a little bit more variety. Maybe I want this FedEx truck right here. Let's see. Maybe this FedEx person is making a delivery. So they're parked on the side of the road. So maybe I will do that. So let's see. Okay, so if I put them right here, it's pretty unrealistic that they would park here because they have to get out. So I'm just going to push it back a little bit so they have enough room to turn out this way. All right, delivery inbound. They also don't have license plates. Are we going to add them to every individual vehicle? Probably not. That's a lot of work. So maybe we'll just leave that for now. What else do we have? Ooh, taxi. Definitely need a taxi. Come here, Sequoia taxi. Going to rotate it, except I want this one driving down this way. So I have made the assumption on this avenue that I believe is actually 2nd Avenue. Yes, 2nd Avenue. This one is heading south. And basically, there's green lights all the way down. So this guy's just going to be parked. Well, not parked, but stopped right here. And he's waiting for this light to change. Now, I feel like we could probably add maybe 2 others, but I don't want them to be the same. Now, I don't want to add a bus going crossways there, because this is definitely going to be a bus route going north-south, but I don't know the bus routes going east-west. So I'm just going to leave that for now. But let's see if we can find some other vehicles. Actually, let's go way back into East Village. And wait. That's a cool one. I'm stealing you. All right, you are mine. Let's see. I guess it does It does look kind of similar to mine, but that's all right. That works. Actually, maybe this one's right behind the taxi. This one's a little impatient, so he's right on him. There you go. Honk, honk, get out of my way. And one more. I want one more vehicle. Fly way into East Village. This was the original intersection in the city. And then all of my vehicle templates I built right on this street. So we have a United States Postal Service vehicle. We have these ones. This one's supposed to be like a Range Rover. And then this one is Suburban, a little bit longer on the back. A little sports car. I like this one. That's an option. But I kind of want to go for something a little more colorful. So we have those two. Little motorbike. And then kind of this one down here. You guys probably appreciate these ones. You guys know what these are from? I'm sure you do. So I think I'm actually going to take this one. This one's a little bit shorter. I don't know what it was based off of, but I did build it. And basically, I'm going to scroll. You can see it. It's zooming. It's going real fast. And then just take a look at the positions of the vehicle. So you have some over there and then a couple down this way. So maybe I would like to put one probably right here. That looks pretty good so far. What else can we add? Actually, now that I think about it, this side is for parking. So I do want to add maybe another couple of ones. I will take this pickup truck. I do like that one. I know pickup trucks aren't exactly common in New York, which this area is based off of mostly. But I don't know, maybe it's like a maintenance person. They need a truck. Put you there. We'll have to come back and fix that here in a second. But bring this one all the way up. Maybe you are parked right there. And maybe another one right there. There you go. That's all right. All fixed. And something I just noticed, if you're walking along the sidewalk, you have a giant open pit here. So what I'm actually going to do is, first of all, I'm going to get my settings correct. And I'm just going to add a little fence here. Just so that people do not fall in. Oops, I broke that. I'll fix that in a second. So hopefully that should be enough to deter people. There you go. Problem mostly solved, I think. Okay. So now what I would like to do is I would like to add some trees. Because we have all of these beautiful trees kind of hanging around. But I'll tell you where I don't want to add trees first. So first of all, this is obviously an empty lot. It will get developed at some point. But, you know, Flint added this area underneath, which will get developed. So I don't want to add trees yet because they will basically droop over top of here and then you'll have to cut into them. So basically I only want to add trees where the buildings are actually mostly finished. And by mostly, I mean the actual exterior. So not here because that's a work in progress, not along here. So where I can add trees is here and from here down to right about here. So let's find some trees. So if I warp way out to Point Grey, you have the skyscrapers hanging out there. They will disappear in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Rainy has added some trees. Nope. Where are the other trees? They're hanging out around here somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to steal these ones. There's some trees over here that I would like to steal. Hello, trees. How you doing? Ooh, I could add one here maybe. That works. I just want to make sure that it does not interfere with any of that. That looks good. So confirm. Just make sure I didn't break anything. Yep. Double checking, and yep, looks good. Okay, so there's one tree. I don't know if Mata will actually want this here, but I don't know. I think it's kind of nice. Should I actually put a tree here? I think I should. So I like to rotate my trees just so that they don't look completely identical. And you don't want them to interfere too much with your lights. So maybe put one right there. And do I want any over here? Maybe, I know this is not actually on the road. Got to put it over by the Glizzy Mobile. And this is over top of a bike lane here, so you have lots of clearance. Hello, Chrysler Building. But yeah, there you go. And then now I can just delete this one. Okay, so I think this looks pretty good. Obviously, we can add more detail as time goes on. Like, you can definitely add more things here, but I don't actually know what kind of building is going to be here yet. This one is currently on hold because we do have a lot of stuff, as you have seen, that we do need to finish and or get started on. So I think that one's probably going to stay empty for a little while. It is a beautiful day out right now. I think I'm going to go outside and go biking because it's January and 10 degrees. So I'm going to go do that. That is all for this video. Special thanks to Shiftmaster, even though he's definitely not watching. I have no idea what he's up to, for sort of inspiring this video as the Life of an Admin series. If you want to design your own Minecraft city, go to www.alpine1.co and check out City Design 101. It is a course by me. It's pretty cool. Very, very useful stuff in that course. Feel free to check it out. Okay, goodbye.